Just wrapped up another muscle up edit that is going onto Instagram right now. This is day 6 of the muscle up series, and in this day we are starting to teach how to actually work up to achieving your first muscle up and a weighted muscle up. And muscle ups are going to be something that we will talk about a little bit later in this video when we go and train. But for now, I got a whole lot to do. I'm gonna post this video and we got to get to work. Current state of things, apartment is a mess, life is a mess. When it gets to the point of where we are in prep right now, prep just becomes the priority, and so everything else can kind of just wait. This is sort of what happened to me last year as well. As time got closer to prep, I just stopped, just keeping track of other things. I kind of just let everything else go as much as I possibly could, and decided to pick it back up after I was done with the competition, which, I mean, at the end of the day, we are definitely pushing for something big, so you do have to make sacrifices in that case. So in the air compression chamber right now, we got to get some work done. I'm putting together a presentation for my next onboarding call. Things have been growing with my street lifting coaching, so shout out to everyone who has supported that and everyone who has joined thus far, working literally day in and day out to make the program a whole lot better. Street Lifting University is going strong, and we are going to make this a big thing, which is really cool. So I'm going to knock out this presentation for the onboarding call. Also got myself my first house plant, so officially a plant dad. If you guys have any ideas for a name for this thing, definitely let me know. Probably not even going to keep it there. I'm going to move it somewhere else within the apartment, but I really don't even have much space, and I'm most likely, I don't even know if we're going to touch that, as I was saying, until after prep. So anyways, back to work. Let's keep grinding. More eating, less talking. Here's the lunch. We got cassava flour pancakes, ground beef, egg omelet. The egg omelet kind of exploded, but I'm ready to knock this down, so let's go. This video is definitely getting filmed out of the order I thought it would be. I'm supposed to be recapping what happened for this week because we are 2 weeks out right now. Haven't had time to do that as yet, but we're gonna get this workout done. This is our second last muscle up session that we have going down. Actually, second last heavy muscle up session. And so coach has given us the go ahead to essentially go as hard as we possibly can. And so that's the goal for today. And then we will recap this week after we get back home. So let's knock out this workout. So one thing that I like to do when I'm warming up for muscle ups is start with pull-ups, and we don't want to get fatigued, we just want stimulation. So I'll go sets of 3 for about maybe 4 sets in total, and just quick pops. Let's actually see what the workout is talking to us about. I posted the, oh, I didn't even show you I gotta show you the Instagram post from a little bit earlier with the food that we made. We might have to make it that literally every video we post now has some food in it. So this is Link Strength. It might be Cooking with Link or whatever it is, but I'll make sure to give you guys some high protein recipes that you can use to hit your macros and not overload with calories. We'll work on that. All right, so we have a 3x3 today. We're going up to RPE 9 to 10. And so that means that we are definitely gonna push as hard as we possibly can today. It's a triple. Gotta see what we're gonna hit for a triple. We'll mess around with it. I think if we start with, I'm gonna start easy. We're gonna go like 15 for our first set. I'll work up to it and then we'll see how that feels and we'll increase weight from there. I can start with 20 instead. We'll go 20 pounds for the first set. Okay, so the last move that we have are for chin-ups today, and we are working on half ROM pulls. And so the goal here is to, as I was just saying, literally work on the second half of the motion, which is where I tend to be the weakest with the lockout. Last week, we were able to move my max for 5 reps. We're gonna see what we can put together this week. So let's find out. All right, let's get this thing going. So this right here is my tactical backpack that I keep all of my gym gear in. And this is the brand new Strength Shop gym duffel bag that also has straps like a normal backpack. So pick this up. We're gonna see how good this thing actually is. I'm not entirely sure. The material is definitely a little bit thinner, but I'll give you my thoughts. Let's talk about our performance on this successful week of training at the 2-week out mark as we swap things over in this bag. So let's get going. Also, I picked up this Strength Shop shirt as well. That's a powerlifting based squat, bench, deadlift. We need to get Strength Shop on the street lifting wave so they will get an MPDS, a muscle up, pull up, dip, and a squat shirt. That would be sweet. All right, so yeah, very successful week of training, I would say, and I will make sure to show some footage as well of how everything went. Start really by talking about, I guess, we had pull-ups as our very first, or chin-ups as our very first movement, and chin-ups were super successful this week. We hit a PR, 142.5 for a triple, and that moved really nicely. Chin-ups have been slowly moving steadily forward, which is very cool. And so very happy about how that went. Warm-ups for chin-ups often sort of tell me how things are going to go, and over the past few weeks, we've been feeling a lot stronger with warm-ups. And noticed that when I go for my 90-pound chest-to-bar chin-up, that's a great indication usually of where my chin-up strength will be, and lately it has been on point, which is awesome. So this bag does have a massive space over here to put shoes in, and it can definitely hold more than just shoes. Honestly, like, maybe they didn't even need to make this spot this big, but it is what it is. We got our TYRs right here. I always keep them in little booty covers here so that they don't dirty the surface of my bag. So slide these guys in here. Maybe, honestly, maybe I can like stack some of my squat stuff in here, because every time I squat, I do use the shoes. So if I need more space, I can definitely do that. Time to move on to dips. Dips have been sort of hit or miss. They've been moving pretty decently over the past couple weeks, but I've really been wanting to feel like that snappiness of my reps, just to be able to have some confidence that we are really moving on the right track. And so, I mean, they've been good. We were supposed to work up to a top triple. We've been working on the actual strategy for that triple so that we don't waste energy with unnecessary sets leading up to it. So we did pretty well on the warm-up sets. Started with like 160, bumped up to 180, and then for our top set, I wanted to go, I think, about 215 for the triple, and we got a double. I was a little bit disappointed with that, but what I've learned is that once that happens, we can sort of call it at that point in time and then just bump up in weight and hit a single. That's just really good at sort of re-emphasizing to the body, it's like, hey, we're moving some heavy weight right now, and I want you to get used to doing so. And so that's what we did. We went up to 225, which is 102 kg, and we moved that for a very nice looking single. So that was cool. Based off of what I saw on the promo video for this thing, I'm supposed to be able to put my belt in here, and it doesn't have to be fully closed, so the belt's gonna be shaped somewhat like this inside the bag. And I think that's actually kind of cool, because then it doesn't take on a strange shape to it, and then when you put it on, it's uncomfortable. So let's see how well that actually fits. To be honest, I think it gives the bag some structure, so I may just continue to run it like this. It's kind of cool. Also, if you can see this, this bag has a couple pocket areas, and I say that in quote unquote because these areas aren't actually closed off. It's just this Velcro on the top. This is another thing I was sort of disappointed about here. I want to use these as pockets and separators, but all they really do is hold some things inside here, which is good, I guess, but you know, like, I don't know. I'm not really sure how effective that will be, but we're gonna find out. So far, we got the resistance bands in. The last thing on the list for the week was squat, and that is the highlight of the week. We were supposed to hit a top set of 4 reps. I wanted 440 for the 4. Ended up having to drop down in weight a bit just because I knew my body was not sort of feeling it. It wasn't where I wanted it to be on the day. And so we had to take what the body was willing to give, which is totally fine. I think that's one thing that I need to get a little bit better at, which is just understanding that the body is not going to be operating at 100% every single session. And so it's totally okay to make those adjustments that are needed such that we can still move weight and progress along, especially when we're this close to the competition. This week was definitely far better. Again, we really fine-tuned our approach towards the top sets, and I think we did so successfully in this week. My goal was to get like 455 to 460 for a top set of 3. We did absolutely that. And honestly, there was a little bit left in the tank. It was like a 9.5, RPE 9.5 versus a full 10. So I would say that it's one of those instances where if I really needed to bump up in weight, I think we could have. So like 460, I think would have been there, which is awesome. And so with that, we move on to a top double next week, and that's gonna be spicy. So we have a projected max of, I think, 507 with our 455 for the triple. And so then we're gonna probably, if all goes well next week, we'll probably be sitting around a 520, 530-ish as projected max, which would be sick because 230, which is definitely like a reasonable top end coming up in the competition. I'm calling my numbers out right now, aren't I? But like a 230 would be cool. That's maybe like a 503, 50, because 227 is 500, so like 3 more pounds on, or 3 more kg on that's like 6, so 507. Okay, cool. So then a 230 is essentially what I got projected for this week. And we still have another week of this peaking to go, which is phenomenal. And so that's cool. Very happy with squat this week. And we're gonna be able to move that into next week quite successfully as well, which is something to definitely look forward to. And I'm gonna make sure to document all of that so you all can really see how this final week of preparation goes. Yeah, I mean, so in terms of motivation for today, because I still haven't given you guys anything, I would say what I want to leave with you all is just, I guess, the concept of hard work at the end of the day. So a lot of people like the idea of working hard and achieving things, but people, when it really comes down to the nitty gritty and having to get dragged through the mud and all of that, that's where people tend to shy away. So if any encouragement that I can give you today would be to really seek to take that hard route, because as we go through this process, I even think about, for example, and this is not necessarily a hard route, but I look at my YouTube channel and the growth that it has had. I'm really appreciative for everyone who has been following along on the journey and who has joined me for this so far, but definitely still a slow moving channel. And at the end of the day, even that's not really that big of a problem. Think about becoming an overnight success. Everyone loves the idea of that, but then you never actually get to learn the lessons that come with just grinding day in and day out and perfecting your craft and making the content better and better. And so then, if anything, it honestly would be a disservice to you all. So in this process, I'm really learning more about, you know, what it is that I can create, how to just put together a better product for these videos. And I think that it is turning into an increasingly more effective product that I'm able to put out, and that is something that I can definitely be proud of. We're gonna just continue to push. Everyone would do it if it was easy. So just keep that in mind. Whenever you run into situations that are just seeming hard, rather than complaining, just think about the advantage that you're going to have over the rest of your competition because they were unwilling to put in that work that you were to be able to get there. So, hey, I'll leave you all with that. And we'll wrap the video up here. This bag is gonna get packed out. I'm not gonna bore you with the details of where I put everything. I'm probably gonna film another video in the future, which is just going to be a what's in my bag, you know, streetlifting champion, what's in the bag of a streetlifting champion. Definitely drop a comment if you want to see something like that. I can take you through all the gear that I carry with me to the gym on a regular basis to become as successful as I am with the training that I'm doing right now. So again, thank you for watching. I really appreciate the support that everyone has given me so far. We are almost at 600 subscribers. Might even be at 600 by the time this video goes up. We'll see. we'll see, because the growth has been great lately. And so we're going to continue to push the content. We are less than 2 weeks out now, and I'm very excited to finish off this process to get that second title. We are about to put in some work to finish this thing off, and we are going to make it count when we step out on the platform. So I will see you all in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, drop a comment, share with your friends. Let's blow this thing up. Let's go.